Welcome to Christ Church. We have said during this time of coronavirus that our doors were closed for a long time, but our church remained open, the community continuing to connect with God and with one another and serving God's world. But increasingly, week by week, we're finding ways to open the doors of the church more and more. Our Bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Georgia and the Episcopal Bishop of Atlanta have worked over these last months with epidemiologists from Emory University, with public health officials, with physicians, and have come up using the CDC guidelines with a series of policies, procedures that, if followed, we can return to worship as we have started to do already. We have been asked to do so with the mindset of a dimmer switch, that we do a little bit at a time and learn to do those things safely and then continue to grow from there. It has been a joy over the last 6 weeks to have people coming into the church. We started 6 weeks ago where we had 2 weeks that the church was open for quiet personal reflection, and a number of people came by on Sunday afternoons and used this space for quiet and for prayer while the music played and some prayers were offered from the front. For the last 4 Sundays, we've had an evening worship service here in the church. It's been wonderful to say prayers together, to hear scriptures read, a brief homily and music. But now we're excited to continue the dimmer switch approach now that we've learned to follow the guidelines, the procedures, the social distancing, the wearing of masks, the things that we have to do to be able to worship safely together. We are excited to announce that will now be moving from Sunday evening. Our next step in the dimmer switch of growth will be to offer 2 Sunday morning services. And I'm excited to share in that time with all who feel comfortable doing so. We will be preparing over the next weeks to make that available beginning the first Sunday in December. We will offer 2 morning services here at Christ Church. They will follow all of the guidelines from the CDC and the Episcopal Church. We are limited to 50 people at a time, and this is one reason it will be important to have 2 different offerings on Sunday morning. We will have a 10 a.m. service that is sort of an outgrowth of the wonderful Children's Chapel community that has been experienced during these last months. This will be a service of worship that has a children's sermon, opportunities for leadership and involvement of older children and youth to do readings or share in that service leadership in some form. The Children's Chapel community has been very much an intergenerational experience, and all will be welcome, regardless of your age, to be a part of this, but it will be oriented primarily towards children and youth, and we will then have that conclude. By guideline, we're not supposed to be in the church for more than 30 or 40 minutes at a time, so that service will be 30 minutes or so, then we will break. We will have the church wiped down, cleaned as people are exiting at 10:30, and then at 11 a.m. each Sunday, beginning the first Sunday in December, we will have a more traditional, formal experience of worship. It will be the liturgy of the Word. It will feel more like the worship that you are used to at Christ Church here in the mornings, and that will be at 11 o'clock each Sunday. Because we are aware that this is a community like the larger community that is made up of people with a wide range and different comfort levels with being out and about during this time of COVID. We are going to make sure that these worship opportunities continue to be offered online. We will have a limit of 50 people at each service at a time, but the children's service, youth-oriented intergenerational service at 10 o'clock will continue on Facebook Live as Children's Chapel does currently. That will be available for anyone to see live, or it will be there in the hours, days, weeks to come after that. In a similar way, our 11 a.m. service that will begin the first Sunday in December will be streamed live on YouTube, our Christ Church YouTube channel that we've been using for presenting our morning worship at each Sunday, but that will instead be a live experience. There will be up to 50 people here in this space, but anyone at home will experience that live. But once that service concludes with its live stream on YouTube Live, it will remain there and can be viewed anytime in the next hours, days, weeks as well. But we're also mindful that it's important that there are some people that would be willing to come together but do not feel ready or willing, and we respect that fully, to come into the building at this time. And so we hope to pick back up as we did in September. We hope beginning in December to offer a once a month outdoor regional compline service on Sunday afternoons, evenings. This will be an opportunity that people can come together, see one another, offer a brief evening worship devotion outside, and hopefully between the Sunday morning opportunities at 10 a.m., more children and youth oriented, at 11 a.m., a more traditional experience of the liturgy of the word with a sermon and organ, and then at in the evenings once a month, to have the afternoons on Sunday to have a regional compline, but the morning offerings would continue to be available online as well. And I'm excited to take this step of opening our doors even more. And I look forward to sharing this worship experience with those who will be able to come and feel comfortable coming in person on Sunday mornings beginning the first Sunday in December. But I also look forward to continuing to share through the online experience with those that feel most comfortable with that. And you will be able to see the community gathered here in this space. It will be different as people in the congregation will be in masks and distanced. We have certain pews marked off to make sure that people are appropriately spaced, but we're willing to make these adjustments because by doing so, we can come together in person and be the people of God in person with those who are ready and able and willing to do so. I'm excited for this opportunity. You'll hear more and more about this as we get closer to the December 1st Sunday when we will begin these two morning services. But in the meantime, our Sunday evening 6 p.m. service will continue each Sunday. Please do come join us. It's a wonderful opportunity for worship and a wonderful way to ease into this space together again. God bless. Thank you for listening. I know it's been a crazy time, but I'm excited to see the community gathered in person, but also continue to share that with all through the online access. God bless. God keep you safe, give you peace and health. Amen.